Good morning, everyone. Just figured I would get on here this morning and talk a little bit about the weather and the possible snow that's coming out that everybody's talking about on next week. First, let's just get started with the next couple of days. We're looking at the NAM here. This is tomorrow morning. Have a couple scattered showers. Nothing really to write home about. And then we move along into Friday. And I would say the NAM has the least amount of precipitation coming into our area, and it basically stays north of 59. But that's it through Friday, and that's pretty much as far as the NAM goes, out through 1 p.m. on Friday. But I just want to put that in there because I'll talk about the other systems as well for Friday. But again, you can see the NAM really doesn't have a whole lot of precipitation coming into our area. So let's just go to the Euro next. We're actually going to go to this. This shows it a little bit better. Again, Euro has light showers on Wednesday. Nothing really to write home about. Again, then we come into Friday. This is Friday about 4 a.m. Does have rain moving in around 10 a.m. and then out between 1 and 4 in the afternoon. And we're not looking at a lot of rain here. So let's see, surface, we're looking at under a quarter of an inch. So not a lot as far as the Euro goes. And then, so that's Friday at 4. We have a nice Saturday. And then Sunday is where we see some more unsettled weather, but again, the Euro really doesn't have a lot. You can see some snow mixing in down there. And then by Monday, here, let me go back to the previous run. The 6Z only goes out 144 hours, but even then, you can see how much it changed. So this is the overnight run of the Euro. This is Saturday at 10 p.m. You can see rain coming in, then there's snow. And then low pressure moves up, and we have some snow on the backside here in southeast Michigan. And I got to change it to 6 hour to go past that. Oops, hold on, sorry guys. Let me get back up here to Sunday. And then Monday has scattered showers, snow showers around the area, mixed with rain at times, just depending on the temp. So again, not a whole lot as far as the Euro goes. And then let's just go back here, and then we're going to go to the GFS, which is probably the one that most people have been showing. Again, we go through, GFS doesn't have really anything for Wednesday. Come in here to Friday. It's the heaviest as far as all the rain and stuff goes on Friday. It has a swath basically around the I-69 corridor of about a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch. So again, it looks like in most of the other models, precipitation is, being less and less the closer we get, which is kind of how it is. You start off with whatever, and then you hone in on how much we're going to get the closer we get to the actual date. And then this is what everybody's basically been showing, the GFS for Sunday. So this is 1 a.m. Sunday. You can see the system off to our west moving in. This is by 7 a.m. Sunday. GFS has basically the entire southeast Michigan with the exception of like Monroe having snow. And it has it snowing pretty decently. This is 1 p.m. and it starts to move out between 4 and 7 o'clock at night, right? So here, if we're looking at what I would want to look at would be the temperatures at those times. So this is at 10 a.m. The GFS has temps right around that freezing mark. Again, this time of the year, it's going to be hard to pile up at those temps during the day, but it is possible. This is midnight. And this is 1 a.m., 4 a.m. Sunday, right when it snows there. So, like, even if you look here, they have 36 and 37 degrees right off in the thumb. That's basically because the lakes are still so warm. And then the GFS is actually pretty chilly for for Monday. Temps barely getting above freezing for most of the area. 35, 36. But if you look at the euro, same time, it's also, that's Monday. Sorry. So that is, it has to get a little bit warmer, but Monday's probably going to be the coldest day we've had in a while. Let me see here. Let me get the national blend of models up here if it'll go out. And I don't even see it. Here we go. Oh, it only goes out 87 hours. Not what I was looking for. But at any rate, let's just go back to the GFS real quick, because this is what everybody wants to see. Everybody's wanting to look at the winter. So I'll go down here to, I'm not going to go 10 to 1 snow ratio because it's definitely not going to be a 10 to 1. This factors in the temperatures and everything like that. So let's just actually go to Detroit here so we can kind of zoom in on it. So this is Friday. So the GFS has snow starting to accumulate Sunday morning around 4. It actually has through Monday at 1 a.m. anywhere from an inch or so around Monroe up to 4 inches in the heart of Oakland County. We'll see if that happens. I highly doubt we're anywhere near that. It's possible. Anything's possible in Michigan. But again, that's what everybody's showing because of the snow. But you can see how much it's changed. I will just go back a few model runs. It had more snow down south. And then I think 18Z last night had 8 to 10 inches of snow just north of Oakland County along the I-69 corridor. So again, that's 3 runs and it changed so much. Let's go back to, so it was up north for 2 runs. So that was yesterday around 1 o'clock. Then in the evening, it had it still there. Then the overnight run dropped it way south and dropped the totals. And then the latest run this morning moved it back north. That's just how models go this time. So again, I just wanted to show everybody how it is. I would probably say there's a 40-50% chance a lot of us are going to see at least snow flurries Sunday into Monday just because of the pattern. So we'll probably see our first flakes this coming weekend into early next week, but I'm not really looking at anything accumulating at the moment. But here it is just so you all can see, and that's it. I'll talk to you later.